The Bar Group, raising the bar in real estate. Your Lake Highlands, Lakewood, Preston Hollow pros. You can find them at thebargroup.com. Unparalleled customer service for your real estate needs. The Bar Group. Hi there. How are you all today? This is Curtis here with the Curtis Reese Pickleball Show. And we're going to start this day off with a cool note. I've got two guests here, and you can't look at them yet, but I'm going to tell them reading this article that someone sent me. And here we go. Where's it at? I had it. Oh, man. Wait a minute. It's coming. Nope. There it is. There's an update. It's an emergency update here. People, listen, okay? It says, this is on the wire there, the Associated Press. It says that National Park Service urges visitors not to lick toxic psychedelic toads. Cool. And that, I don't want to lick a toad. But thanks, Melanie. My wife sent me that, so I told her. Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, on that note, we've got two special guests here who are big pioneers for pickleball. Wheelchair pickleball is regular pickleball, and for big kids and little kids, they are two amazing players from Chicken N Pickle in the Grand Prairie, and they're going to tell you their story. This is Laura and Mark Kemp. How are we doing here, guys?
Doing good.
Awesome. Doing fantastic.
So these guys, I met them one time when a acquaintance of ours named Matt Laz, and I say his name a lot, and he's still yet to come on. And they've worked with him and with certification for IPTPA and all that, and their employees. Anyway, I met them, and they were like in game face mode. It's like they were like this. Hi.
You're serious.
Hello. Hi. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. No, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then I called and bugged the hell out of them a couple of times, and finally like, oh, God, well, come on. And so here they are, straight from, where'd you guys drive in from?
Drove in from Grapevine.
All right. Grapevine. Well, welcome, Laura and Mark Kemp. We're glad you guys are here today. This weather sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, we didn't bring that with us, that's for sure. But we're used to snow at this time of year.
That's right. We get to hear your story here. Oh, man, look at it. So tell us about yourselves a little bit, your names. We'll start with Mrs. Kemp here.
Sure. So Laura and Mark Kemp were originally from Michigan, and we moved to Texas about a year ago. And we moved here with the intent for me to work at Chicken N Pickle. And with that, we didn't know we were building a Chicken N Pickle location in Grapevine.
Yes.
We happened to choose Grapevine to live in. And so now it's not just me working at Chicken N Pickle, but Mark's going to be working at Chicken N Pickle Grapevine.
That's great, man.
Our son Andrew is one of the first junior sponsored athletes. So you could say we're all in with
We got to
pickleball.
bring him. Why? Oh, he could have. He's got school. Okay.
That's cool.
He would have gladly skipped
Yeah,
school.
he would have.
If there was pickleball play afterwards.
Well, there will be, and yes, we'll have him on because I want a junior segment. I've got some amazing people coming in, and so he's coming on. So whatever.
Okay.
So I keep
right.
going.
Sounds good.
So you said for a year you were at that one in Grand Prairie. Where'd you guys move from again?
Michigan.
Oh wow.
Royal Oak area.
Oh wow.
So we found pickleball 3 years ago. That's how this all started. Crazy part. We were both 40 pounds heavier.
Oh.
Mark had this giant belly, and we got on this health program, and we both lost the weight, and we went on vacation to St. John, and we saw that they had pickleball, and so we signed up, and we thought we were getting into a class, and we go to check in, and they go, here's the paddles.
Oh.
And we said, well, how do you play? What is this game? They go, we don't know, but here you go.
Just take the damn things and Google it.
And it happened to be one of those raised courts that's like plastic.
Oh,
that
wow.
were on top of cement.
Oh, yeah.
And we're looking at this and going, okay,
the hell?
who shrunk the tennis court?
Yeah.
And what are these? These are now rackets. You know?
Yes.
So we just, like Laura was saying, we just basically just started hitting the ball back and forth at each other. Didn't know what we were doing. And we were there for about a week on vacation. We have a timeshare there. And we went back to Michigan, and Laura said, well, why don't we just look around and see if there's any other interest in pickleball here, because it seems like it's a cool sport.
Wow.
And at the time, we had owned a smoothie company.
Okay.
So she said, why don't I just go down and offer some smoothies to people and just see if we can find out about the sport.
Oh, wow.
and we haven't turned back since.
So that was 3 years ago. So that's
3 years ago.
That's the one you got into 3 years ago. I've been doing it longer than you guys.
Yeah.
And you guys are younger than me. That's awesome.
I don't think
know
so.
about that.
Not quite.
Well, just so anyway, so we'll go to the why. You said the why of this would be that you said to be healthy, and obviously social. You guys get to be together more. I mean, it's just stuff like that was just it all came into place.
Well, the greatest thing is that, in my opinion, is Laura was a science teacher, seventh grade science teacher.
Oh wow.
She was teaching. That was her passion, and then COVID hit.
Yeah.
Teaching was different.
Yes.
Had to go online, had to go, cameras with people's houses. And it's like, it's not the same thing. Well, at the same time, I was a global program manager for an automotive supplier. And I had been in automotive for 25 plus years. And I just said, you know what? I'm kind of done with this myself. When we lost the weight, I became a health coach.
Oh, wow.
And so being a health coach, working out of my house, I could live anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Well, actually in the States. And Laura said, I'm kind of done with teaching as well.
That's great, man.
And when we started playing pickleball, we started playing a good 3-4 times a week.
Oh.
When I left, I was in 3 leagues.
Wow.
And during each week.
Yeah.
So our game just kept on improving. I mean, we obviously had the shock that I'm sure everyone else does when they first go to a tournament going, look at these two we're going to play. We're going to kick their butt, and we got our butts kicked.
I mean, that going to the tournament thing, I've been to a few. I haven't had how it goes. We get busy, and I've got young kids, and so I haven't really time to play as much as I'd like to. But 2023 is my year. But it's the first time I went to that Texas Open. I mean, it's amazing how close you guys notice how close you are to those people when they play. I mean, I walked past Tyson McGuffin, all the Johns brothers. I took a picture with the number 3 guy in the world. I don't forgot his name. He's with Vulcan. I was amazed. I also saw Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban's like 6 feet from me, and no, I didn't talk to him because he intimidated me. But the point is that it's so in your face. And the first time with Chicken N Pickle here was with you guys a few months back where I met you all. Again, you had your game face on. Hi.
And you really probably didn't even see my game face.
No.
When I get in the game, it's more serious than that.
I don't want to see that. So anyway, that's why you're on the show here to have fun and laugh. But it really is. I get excited about it. I'm sorry, but it was good. It was good. It's once you get that. So I can't wait to be there. So keep going about the what tournaments. If you guys don't do that yet, I got excited, man. ADHD's for real. I told you guys that. Those of you that are in denial about it, you have it. So let's see here. So let's talk about you found Chicken N Pickle a year ago. Going to open. We're at the one in Grand Prairie. And when did that one open again?
Officially, we opened December 26th. And then prior to that, we had some soft opening events, invited local pickleball players in to eat and play pickleball for free to help us get ready to be open. So we'll do the same thing with Grapevine.
Well, we need to get that. We'll help you with that too.
Yes.
We'll get that out. Trust me.
Great.
Great. So they're opening the one in Grapevine, and we will table that for later. So let's go to the kind of boring questions. So do you guys have a particular brand you all like to use with pickleball personally, or Chicken N Pickle, whatever you guys want to use, whatever you want to talk about? I just do Diadem, but I got Vulcan in there, and I want to try Gearbox. You ever play Gearbox?
So Gearbox is what Laura uses.
Okay.
And I use Selkirk up until probably about a week ago. Went over to, we have a sponsorship, was it Just Paddles?
Yeah,
right?
Just Paddles.
Just Paddles. So I have my own, the paddle I just got was, I can't even remember the name of it.
The best paddle.
The best paddle.
Jamie Foxx
By
is
Jamie Foxx.
Oh, that's
promoting that. Yeah.
Oh.
And the crazy thing is we had an 80s night over at Grand Prairie about a week and a half ago. And it's the first time I ever saw the actual paddle because they gave it out to all the pickleball managers. I grabbed this one going, this one feels right.
It's wild. So you get, oh, wow.
So I immediately went home and ordered one.
This is from what's it called?
Just Paddles. So Chicken N Pickle has a partnership with Just Paddles. So our guests can scan the QR code on site, and then they can order it, and Just Paddles ships it that day if you order prior to 7 o'clock.
Wow.
If you miss that deadline, they'll ship it next day.
Where are they based out of? Just wherever?
Kansas City.
I believe so,
I think
yes.
they're out of Kansas City.
Yep.
Oh, wow. So Just Paddles. And then, so you did Selkirk. And let me ask this question. Why? Because, again, my background was tennis, and I was a master racket tech at the USRSA and all that. And I was skeptical when I first started this years ago. But you guys will agree. What did you like about each paddle, obviously not biased, but what'd you like about, say, before you got to just paddles? What'd you like? Who'd you use before that?
For me,
Gearbox?
I'm still with Gearbox, and PickleBall Rocks chose to partner with me and sponsor me, so they sent me the whole line of Gearbox paddles, and I tried each one, control, power, and then I always say you can never buy a paddle until you try it. And so with that, I found the one that I like, the GX6 Power paddle. And I think that comes from my background in tennis as well.
Yeah.
It's a little longer, and I can drive the ball just like I did in tennis.
You have a two-hander or one-hander?
Well, I started just with one hand, and now I'm trying to convert to two hands. Yeah, just to get more power.
What about you, Marky Mark?
Well, like I say, I went with Selkirk. We have a friend back in Michigan, Marios Mitrofan, and he got me started on Selkirk. And the reason why I like that is because my background is actually ping pong.
Oh, wow.
So ping pong, I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but it has two different types of paddles as well. You can either have one that's very thin, sort of like Gearbox, or one that's kind of thick padding, which is like Selkirk.
One's power versus control. Is that why?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So, I mean, I just fell in love with Selkirk and up until last week, and then now I have a new paddle. But and it's kind of like in between, actually.
Wow. Well, I'm going to have to try play test those. I'm inviting myself to their
do
Chicken
that.
N Pickle. I don't really care. But so I think if I did a poll right now, who presented the best fight for their former paddles, you can text me, tell me who wins. I'm just kidding. I can do that. But
What do we
anyway,
win?
I don't know. We'll figure that one out.
Okay.
Okay, now this is the fun part. This is what I saw Jay Lateco. He's one of their pros at the Grand Prairie Chicken N Pickle. I taught his son Jason Lateco is in San Antonio right now. He played at I think UTA is where he played his college ball. Great player. He's left-handed too, Jason. I'm weird. I know that. So, talk about the IPTPA? How'd you find out? When did you guys get? Where did you get certified?
So we actually got certified right when we started playing pickleball. We went out to Utah and obtained a PPR certification.
PPR. Okay.
And I guess that was the suggestion by different people in Michigan.
Yes.
And then once we joined with Chicken N Pickle, it was required that we had an IPTPA certification. So that's how we did that with
So we
Matt.
actually have both.
Matt.
Yes.
Oh, both. That's great. Yeah, I think we had Jarrett Chirico on a few weeks back. He's a PPR guy, I believe. I'm pretty sure he did. He's the director of racket sports at Royal Oaks. So, did you guys see? I had Seymour on about a month ago. Rifkin, you know him?
He's the founder.
He's the founder. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's funny. And anyway, I had him on a few weeks back, and I think his show drops next week. But you the PPR. Do you really see it? I'm only with the IPTPA. So do you guys see, obviously objectively, do you guys see similarities or two beneficial formats of teaching with the IPTPA versus the PPR? Is it similar content, or is it like same tactics or stuff like that? What's the best way to put it? I guess
I would say similar content and practices. And for me, being a former teacher, I always loved the opportunity to go in other teachers' classrooms and see what they're doing and how they're doing things, and then try to incorporate that in my teaching. So I appreciate having both certifications. I wouldn't say one is better than the other.
Yes. Oh, yes. Absolutely.
It's just, again, similar content and a way to share the game properly to get people into it, give them some background, give them some reasoning as to why you do things a certain way. And all of our pickleball staff at Chicken N Pickle, they're all IPTPA certified.
Yeah. I was actually tested that. I went to a training class a few months back. I think it was in September, I believe. It's impressive the way you've got them all lined up. Maybe we'll do a segment one time on that. Again, I'm invite myself over to their place. But anyway, so
You did that again.
Did you hear that? That's my passive aggressive. no. But I have guests on who are referrals, but who have a passion for what pickleball is, and so that's why you guys are here, obviously. And and they both are right with regards to the content. I'm of a big believer that I would never go behind her back or his back and say, no, that's wrong. You got to do it this way. No, I believe everybody teaches something that applies to one part of someone's game. because in this sport especially, I'm a big believer that you got to adjust. Everybody's different. You can't do a cookie cutter thing like you can do with other sports. So it's pretty fun.
I think that maybe if I'll interject a little bit
Yes,
on that, because I'm familiar with a lot of different sports, and there are certain aspects of pickleball that everyone needs to learn.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's also like what we've decided is that she'll kind of concentrate on people that are just starting off with the game,
Okay.
getting to say like a
Yes,
3.0 level.
absolutely.
And then what I will be concentrating on is 3.0 and above.
Okay.
So I'll be concentrating on specifics.
Oh, yeah.
If you're having trouble with your lob, if you're having trouble dinking, if you're having trouble this and that. And I think, and there, just like you say though, each individual person has different difficulties.
Yes.
And they got to concentrate on
Yes.
specific things.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I think I really feel good about teaching.
Mm-hmm.
And she feels really good about showing and bringing out the actual game itself.
Isn't it a rush to see when you have people come on staff to see them like, oh, man, oh, this is a blast.
Yeah.
See, did they get that? That's the best part about it, right?
Exactly.
I'm being selfish here for a second, but I had one of the, and no, I'm not going to cry, guys. I might after the show, but one of those victories is I taught an individual who was MS, and this player was probably in their mid to late 70s, and I got that player to serve. I'm talking like with not drop bounce, toss.
Excellent.
And you should have seen the look on their face, because I'll never forget it. It was just unbelievable, because she was like, oh, damn, I said it. The player was like, wow, I did. I said, well, I mean, hell, guys, if I can teach her to do it, I can teach anybody. No, but just kind of soften it. But she was awesome.
And Laura has the same kind of thing with wheelchairs.
Oh.
I mean, with teaching
really?
people in wheelchairs.
Oh, wow.
When we went to the U.S. Open, I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but when we went there, Laura actually went there in a wheelchair because she had torn ACL, rebuilt ACL, and she didn't want to stay away from pickleball, so
Yes.
she was in the wheelchair. I'll let her tell more about it, but went there, and she fell in love with that and took gold. We did what's called a hybrid, which is kind of new to the sport as well, which is one person standing up and one person in the wheelchair. And we took, I think it was silver there as well.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, and from that, she just continues on with helping people, and she'll see people come into Chicken N Pickle that, you can see that they want to play so bad and they can't because they're, disabled one way or another. And she'll get them to get into that wheelchair and get them out on the court and play.
Wow. Ren, do we have a caller? We have somebody on here? Hello? I think somebody called in. I think I broke it. But so going to the wheelchair aspect, you said you did what again? I'm sorry, we're trying to. Someone's calling, so I'm sorry.
Okay. So I had 20 years ago from tennis and skiing, I had torn my ACL. And so then almost 2 years now, I had it repaired. Apparently these things wear out as you age.
Yeah.
They have to redo it.
Stupid body, whatever, man.
So I had that surgery, and they said, well, you can't play pickleball for 6 months. And I said, oh, no, that's not going to happen. So I reached out to a wheelchair basketball player, and he had an extra chair for me to borrow. And then I went to the DMC center in Detroit and borrowed a chair from them. So I was driving around in my truck with two wheelchairs in the back. Absolutely. Absolutely. So my friend, Miss Lorraine, she had broken her foot, so she was playing in the chair. I was playing in the chair. And I would have never signed up for a tournament to play because I had just started playing in the chair, and it's quite a learning curve.
Is it?
But I played with player by the name of Rick Marion, and him and I are the ones that got gold, and then Mark and I did get silver.
Wow.
And so in getting into that community, I really appreciated those players and wanted to help out as much as I can. And like Mark said, anybody that comes in, I don't stalk them. I don't bully them to try it, but I'm like, oh, you could do this. And what's amazing is Chicken N Pickle Foundation. It's called Our Hearts Are Local. They purchased 2 wheelchairs for Grand Prairie. And so I can sit in the chair and get side by side with that player and help them out and coach them and encourage them. And then moving forward, we're purchasing 2 wheelchairs for each location.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
We need to talk later on, because I got a friend of mine who's
Hey, Curtis.
Yeah.
I believe somebody's on there.
Well, hold on. Hello? Who's this? Hello, how are you doing
Hello?
today? Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Well, I have a question for Miss Laura.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you.
How hard is it to learn to play?
My claim, and I used to teach tennis. My claim is that you can learn to play pickleball in a matter of minutes. We've got at Chicken N Pickle we have court dividers, so your ball is not flying all over the place. You can get the hang of hitting within a matter of minutes, whereas tennis takes years.
Yes. You have a question for
Oh,
me?
well, then it sounds like it would be easier and quicker than jumping off a two-story building or setting myself on fire for the camera.
Who is this? You know who this is?
No,
No.
sir.
I have no idea.
It sounds like my daughter, maybe.
No.
Prank calling us.
I don't know. You wanna reveal yourself here?
Well, I can drive with the best of them. Not quite as fast as Steve McQueen, but I can drive with the best of them.
You know who it is, don't you?
Hey, Laura and Mark, it's Jamie.
Hey,
Hey,
Miss
Jamie.
Jamie, where there's a wheel, there's a way.
That's right.
She's coming on next week. At 4:30.
Oh, I love it.
great.
I love it.
So you look at him, they're like, I don't know what to do. She's like, she's back here, but break her hands in half. I'm looking at her. She's doing it with her hands. She's like, I don't know what this is.
Hi, Miss Jamie.
I was trying to disguise my voice some way, but your interview is going great. I love it.
I actually thought we were like on the Wizard of Oz. Where's this person
They
coming
were looking
from?
for Toto. I thought
Yeah.
you came in good there. I didn't realize that one was coming, Jamie. I had no clue.
Well, you said I was their mystery
You
caller.
are. I like to do this with all I did it with Scott Golden and Craig Bell. I did it with Lucia with Vulcan and Dave Redding, and I did now it's you guys. And so when you guys refer somebody, we'll do it to them.
Well done. Well done. I don't know if you know
Don't
this.
you
Jamie
pump
was a
me.
stunt woman, and so is that
yeah,
where
yeah.
that comes from?
She was in the SAG. Yeah, she
Yeah.
sent me all her stuff, man. I'm intimidated. See, I'm still intimidated by these guys, Jamie. But they're a lot nicer than you said they were.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Laura, y'all keep up the good work. I'm so proud to be an honored athlete of Chicken N Pickle and doing the wheelchairs that the foundation is doing for people. Of course, it makes me a little teary-eyed here because it's close to my heart like it is to yours.
Yes, ma'am. Well, we are honored to have you as one of our sponsored athletes.
Well, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, carry on, my dear.
Well, that's a showstopper
dear
right there.
Mark.
All right, everybody have a nice week.
you.
No, I'm kidding. See you.
Okay.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thanks.
All right, well, that's kind of weird, but that's kind of how I roll. Gotta make things fun, man. You know what I
Well,
mean?
that's the way it should be.
It's,
Well, and that speaks to the
And that
community,
was not timed.
right? Like,
that was not timed up. I promise you that when you led into the wheelchair, I wasn't even talking about that. That's kind of so I was like, I gotta get her on. That's why I was like, Sean, she got whatever. All right, that's why I was looking away. I didn't even no disrespect. I'm like, I look like an asshole right now.
I don't know if you
He's
know
looking away.
Jamie's
He
story.
doesn't want to pay attention to us anymore. We're done. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Jamie was playing for 10 years and as a standing player and was a high-level player and then was diagnosed with spinal cancer and then was told she really wouldn't be able to walk again. Well, she's walking and playing pickleball in a wheelchair. So her and Paralympian Pam Fontaine, they are the real heroes of wheelchair pickleball. And so I just get to help a little bit while I'm at work.
And that's going to be one of the aspect that we're adding, and it's another story we have off camera with regards to wheelchair tennis. But anyway, so I want to do juniors with you guys. We'll have your son on. I mean, they're inviting them back on my show. But so now I want to talk about the just the atmosphere with Chicken N Pickle with your pros, like you guys. What the feel is there, right? I mean, what do you guys do? What do you expect of your employee partners, or what do they call now? I don't even know what you call them. People you work with. How's that sound?
We call them pickleballers.
Yeah.
So
sweet.
we have our pickleballers that help check our guests in, make sure that they understand the rules. They even act as servers, so they can take food orders, drink orders.
Wow.
And as
Yeah,
far as the
they do a good
atmosphere, I guess I'd say it's just fun, good fun for families and
Yes.
friends, and building community. We have an amazing community that's there. I usually work days, so every day we have open play, $5 per person, drop in. We've got players that have been playing for years and some people that are brand new. And whether you're brand new or a seasoned player, we've got people that will play with you. There's a couple instances in which I went to other places and they were challenging me. Well, how good are you? You know, well, if you're not good enough, I'm not going to play with you. Is the message that was sent?
No, that's not how pickleball is.
See, that's one thing I might add with Chicken and Pickle, which I think is so unique, is the fact that just like pickleball, you can play at any age and any level. And with Chicken and Pickle, it's the same atmosphere. So they bring people in, and like, for example, with Grapevine, what our vision is we're going to have 2 indoor facilities. They're going to be, 4 courts in each one, but we're trying to make it to where we have one that's kind of like beginners to maybe 3-0, and then maybe the second one might be 3-0 and above, so that you have good competition, people are having fun. The people on one side, can grow and get better to go to the other side.
Yeah.
So it has that, and at the same time, you're taking care of the whole family because you have, you have the restaurant, you have different games for the kids to play.
Yeah.
It's.
What are some games that some people? I know it's on the World Wide Web and all that, but this goes out internationally. So, what are some of the games that you guys have? Yeah, I know them, but what do you want to give us some examples?
Sure. Our game yard has giant Jenga, giant Battleship.
Jenga's that block game, right?
Yeah,
Sweet.
yep. And then we have shuffleboard,
Nice.
pickle pong, where you throw perhaps you've heard of beer pong.
Pickle
Pong, you've got a volleyball and you're throwing it into the garbage can, and so you're competing that way.
I like that.
Indoors, we have foosball, ping pong,
Yes.
and then the table shuffleboard.
God.
I describe it like you're at somebody's backyard barbecue, and you don't have
nice.
to do the cooking, right?
Exactly.
You're just there for the fun and the entertainment. We have trivia night. Some of our locations have bingo. We have live bands. There's always something going on. An all-you-can-eat brunch on Sundays, mimosa bar, Bloody Mary bar.
Jesus.
And our food, it's chef-inspired, farm to
pretty good.
table.
It is
So
pretty
it's
good. I've
it's
had
good stuff.
I just need to get a Chicken and Pickle shirt from them that I can wear in the show, but I will one day, hopefully, when I grow up.
You come to visit.
That was awkward. Okay, so now we're gonna do is we're gonna do.
Where are you gonna visit?
Now it's just got real awkward. Here we go. So, all right. So both of you separately, please. All of all your endeavors in the sport, what would you like to discuss the most? With that question, what do you think is the most important one thus far that you've done? I'll start with you, Laura.
For me, I'm most proud of getting wheelchairs at
Yes.
Chicken and Pickle.
Wow, Mark.
Well, since I'm not a Chicken and Pickle yet, it's kind of hard to answer that question. But as far as the
Anything's
sport is concerned,
Yeah, it's your preference, sir.
I just think that, the craziest thing is I didn't know anything about this sport 3 years ago. And then now everywhere I've been, Michigan, Texas, Florida, the community is just fantastic. You have a pickleball community where people are genuinely trying to help each other. They want to play, competitively, but at the same time, they're there to help you out
Yes.
as well. And I don't know of another sport, and I've played many sports in my life. I don't know of another sport that's like that.
For those of listeners, when you start the show over, but these two are transplants from Michigan, is that right?
Yes.
That's what pickleball moved into Texas. I mean, I got to tell you, that's another great example of, and I'm serious about that, how amazing pickleball is. My wife and I and the family, we were going to move to Georgia, to Savannah, Georgia, to a club called the Landings back in October of last year. But
Kind of humid there.
that's what it does. That's my wife and I've been together for 78 years. No, I'm kidding. We've been together for 22 years, been married for 18. I'm going to get in trouble for that. And we've been here a long time, and she was ready to move. She's like, you know what? That's what you like. That's a passion like you guys, we both like. Let's do it, And so I think it's amazing that you guys did that.
Yeah, and it's like the passion that she had for teaching.
Yes.
Because
I'm sorry. Yes.
when we met each other, that was her whole life.
Wow.
Was teaching. I mean, she was teacher of the year.
Seventh grade
she did a lot
science.
of things.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a car out of the deal.
She even got a car out of the deal.
Shut
of the year,
up.
for
Are you
real.
serious?
Yeah.
Convertible MX-5.
Nice.
She did. And but then when I saw with COVID hitting and it
Yes.
changing, pickleball jumped right in. And that was her
crazy?
new passion.
Yeah.
And then it turned out to be my new passion
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So it's just working out great. It's almost like we're reincarnated or something. I don't know. It's really, really weird. How everything has fallen into place since we made the decision to move to Texas.
I
gotta tell you this story. A shout out to our realtors, Mark Assad and Kim Assad. Like we looked at 6 different houses, put bids on these houses, and Mark and Kim with the Assad group, they found a house for us that's literally walking distance down the street to the new Chicken and Pickle Grapevine location.
That's a hard place to find.
We had no idea that it was even being built, or that's where we wanted to be. And we connected with them, and then Marky Mark, they're playing doubles together, and then Kim and I are playing doubles together. Yep. So, and it all started because I had these pickleballs on my truck. GMC Sierra pickleballs on the truck, flames. My mantra is all in, and so I had the all in flames pickleballs. Mark's at Walgreens,
and CVS.
Excuse me, CVS, and he runs into Mark Assad, and Mark's tracking him down in the store. Hey, do you play pickleball?
He actually came up to me. I had to take my daughter there for a quick physical so she could play sports in the new school she has started. And I'm standing there in line, and all of a sudden this guy comes up to me and goes, "Do you have that truck out there that has pickleballs all over it?" I'm going, "Yeah, did I do something wrong here?"
No, it's my wife's. What do you want?
And it's so crazy because he goes, "I'm just starting to get into pickleball now. I want to know all about pickleball." And I said, "Well, we just moved here from Michigan. I mean, only a matter of weeks we were here." And he goes, "Oh, well, if you're looking for a house, my wife's a realtor." And I mean,
That's great.
It just all 4 of us just worked out. It worked out great for us. Fantastic.
Well, that's yeah. I mean, my first job, quite honestly, was I built a program at Royal Oaks and left there back in 2018 when I got there, and then COVID hit, didn't go back, and then I started one at these couple of Del Webb places, and my in-laws moved here from San Antonio, right?
Yeah.
To move to McKinney, and they started playing pickleball there, and I just had been playing, and boom, they got my first pickleball job with Del Webb. And they live up there now, right? But that's since we moved on since there. But it's kind of weird.
It is. It's just absolutely amazing how everything has fallen into place in the one short year.
Oh. Ren, you got any tissues out there? All right. So now let's talk fun stuff. Your families, kids, pets. Let's talk about them. So you guys are tell me your story. Tell me your story. You go first, Laura.
Sure. So my son Killian is in Michigan, and actually I am traveling there next week for a Queen of the Court event. Planned the whole weekend just to play pickleball. That's it. Not seeing anybody else, but pickleball Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Lisa Solar is organizing this Queen of the Court event over at Lifetime Rochester Hills. And so I asked my son if he would be willing to play some pickleball. So we're going to connect that way. And then Mark and I have our daughter Melissa, and she's a freshman in high school. And then Andrew is 8th grader in middle school.
Wow. So you guys have 3 kids.
2 of them are mine.
Fair enough.
She had one before.
That's all right. So. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. My brother Derek, no big deal. Yep. So, would you go to college? You said something about Michigan. Where'd you guys go to college at? Or
I actually, I was in the Air Force.
Okay.
I went in the Air Force for 4 years active, 2 years inactive. Spent time in England, and then satellite communications. Worked at NSA. Oh. Got out of NSA, Air Force, and then started working in automotive. I went to University of Phoenix for my master's degree.
One of my brothers works for NSA right now. He's a submariner in the war and all that.
Yeah, I was in the comm center where you got in all the information. It's real time. Yeah. Real time.
Well, thank you for your service.
Well, appreciate it.
Good timing with Veterans Day.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm just freaking killing it, Ren. You hear that, man? Woo! So, anyway, all right. This is the fun part. So, I have fun questions. I've had a few people when I sent you guys the run sheet, right? And some people are like, I don't understand questions 5 and 6. Doesn't make sense. I'm like, what? Anyway, so right now, what's your? I'll tell you. I gotta ask this question. Where's your favorite place to play so far in pickleball? You're next. So far, where's your favorite tournament?
Favorite tournament?
Favorite place that has best ambience. Some people said, Indian Wells. Some people have said there's a place in New York. I found all these places, but what do you think? I won't hold you to it.
Favorite tournament that we played in, I'm going to say Mid-South because we performed well there, and it gave us qualifications to play at the Diamond Amateur championship, so we're going to Florida
guys
coming
are?
up for that.
Sweet.
We're both playing singles, and then we're playing mixed doubles.
Did you guys play last week in the TX Open?
We did.
How did you do?
Next question.
That was not our favorite tournament.
So we need to edit that, Ren. We need to get that out. Get that out real quick.
It was a good tournament as far as the experience, and our son was there. He got to watch some of the pros play, but we played quickly.
I saw 2 kids playing against some older gentlemen. Is that one of your kids? Because they won their match. These guys were like, "Oh my god!" They're in the indoor covered courts, which I know what it's like.
He played there at Oasis in the Rumble, which is about 2-3 weeks ago.
Okay.
And he did pretty good his very first tournament. So he was really super excited about that.
Do you guys do like? We'll talk about it off camera. So it involves Chicken N Pickle, and I got an idea for you guys.
Okay.
But all right, so here's some fun questions. Favorite band song right now? My favorite is a band called The Heavy, which is they're from England. They're kind of a cool little group, and their song that's going through my brain, it's rolling through my playlist is "Short Change Hero." So you guys got any favorite bands right now? You're cranking up. Ren came in with Leonard Skinner like 30 minutes ago, I think, to an hour.
This for me, it's ironic, I guess, because it's either Taylor Swift or Pitbull, depending on my mood. If I'm firing up, right, on my way to work, it's Pitbull, and if I'm trying to calm down, speaking of, right, you need to calm down. That's a theme for me. You need to calm down, Laura.
What do you think? Mark?
It's funny because I've been listening to music for so many years. I don't like either one of hers. I'll put it that way.
Thank God.
So I started off a long time ago with like America, ELO.
Yeah. Oh yeah. ELO.
Back in the 70s and 80s, right? So that's what I liked. But then probably ones I really enjoy, like I've gone to probably over 300 concerts in my life, and really enjoy Santana.
Oh,
really enjoy that. We'll be seeing him again in May. We were going to see him about a month ago, and then he passed out in Michigan. He got kind of sick there, so. Which was
I've all done that before. I know.
Kind of scary there.
Oh, sorry. So I was going down the road there. Okay, but real quick, one of the shows. A side note. This is with one of our shows. It's oh man, what is it? It's called where's it at? Oh shoot, I'm gonna screw this up. He does a lot of. He did what was called alternative radio back in the '80s, and he's got a lot of stuff you listen to, or we listen. My parents listen to is where is it? Where's it? It's right here. It's R&RA, Rock and Roll Alternative Music. It's on the vocal app, whatever. It's got a lot of what at the time was like. I was listening to Psychedelic from Furs and Talking Heads from '81.
Excellent.
He did one of the shows on that, and he's one of the partners of this place. But he loves music. So anyway, I just thought I'd let you know that.
I mean, I lived I was in England from '81, '83.
Oh wow.
So all the good music that kind of came to the States in mid '80s, I had already been listening to for a couple of years.
That's right.
So when I came here, it's like. People say to me, "Have you ever heard this?" Yeah, I've been listening for years now.
Sounds like my dad.
So I mean, I was always really into music a lot.
Yeah, that's okay. So now let's go to favorite movie or binge series. Right now, I'm watching that Guillermo del Toro, the guy that did Pan, or just weird guy. I'm watching that. It's kind of weird. I'm watching that on Netflix right now. So, will you guys watch anything on binging or on your own, whatever, on Netflix or?
Binging wise is Breaking Bad.
There you go. Oh yeah,
we did that once. We actually 2-3 years ago, I think at Christmas time, watched the whole thing at once. Now my son Andrew, who's heavily into pickleball, he wants to watch it now. So we're about a couple seasons in on that.
Oh yeah, that's a great.
And of course, my favorite movie is Top Gun. I think I've only seen it about 45 times.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Top Gun
because of Air Force and all.
Oh, exactly. I'm an idiot, man. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That's true. It makes sense. I'm like, I liked it, but now I know why. I think one of my go-to movies is Escape from New York. John Carpenter and all his movies are awesome. I think I've said that before, but I don't care. So, your favorite movies? You guys are binging? Okay, so we'll go to favorite sports team. Sport. Don't say pickleball. Something outside of pickleball, damn it. I'm a Chiefs fan, and so we all know this. I was born there. My dad went to the Super Bowl in 1970. So my family still has season tickets. Yes. Yeah. He's met Ed Too Tall Jones. Met
Jan Stenerud.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's trying to quiz me right now, Dad. So what were you thinking?
He is.
What's your favorite?
I'm not the sports girl.
Okay, that's fine.
And I'm from Minnesota, so I just stay impartial to all of it.
Minnesota.
Obviously, Detroit Pistons,
there
Detroit Lions, Detroit Tigers.
Dennis Rodman went to my college, by the way, Southeastern Oklahoma.
Very good.
That's the only thing cool about that school. Well, that's probably a wrap up. You know, I'm going to wrap this up. Well, this is kind of weird, but okay. Well, thank you guys for coming today. I mean, it took us a while to get together, and I freaked out when ADHD on them and told her the wrong day on accident. And so anyway, but I'm glad you guys are here, and I have a feeling we'll be doing more work together because we got a lot of good things planned. But going back to you, the listener, take a check out any of our apps, any of our shows on the Vocal umbrella, and it's got a mood for any one you're in. And obviously, we know what they do. They just say, "Come to Chicken and Pickle." I say, "Come on, let's pickle." When you see somebody that is on the fence, just say, "Come on, let's pickle." Well, thank you, Laura, and thank you,
sir.
Mark.
Thanks
you guys
for
have a
having
great week, and we'll have. You guys want to come back on?
Yeah, of course.
We'd be more than happy to.
All right, that's great. Cool. Thanks,
We
man.
have
Take
to
care.
do that with Andrew.
But I'll probably bring your kid, and then I may come see you guys. That's
Sounds
it.
good.
Mic
Got to
drop.
get you a shirt.
See, everybody, millions of people heard that. So we'll talk to you later. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Coming through.